BBC is 100 years old today. The corporation started in 1922 as the British Broadcasting Company with just 4 employees and a promise that there would be no news broadcasts before 7 p.m. A lot has changed since then. Our media editor Amal Rajan reports.
2LO, Marconi House, London, calling.
A century ago, this country did a curious thing. It set up a company that would use wireless communication to engage the public. And so the BBC was born.
Put the statement in to get everything off you.
10 seconds.
Over that century, it has faced few bigger tests than the death of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II.
Do we have the go?
Yeah.
We can go, Chris.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Yep.
A few moments ago, Buckingham Palace announced the death of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II.
BBC is interrupting normal programmes.
Opt-in.
For 100 years now, the BBC has been a mirror to the nation. From the announcement of war,
this country is at war with Germany.
Later on in the day,
reflecting every aspect of our lives.
with some, oh dear, these...
From sporting glory
It's all over. It is now. It's war.
to the birth of local radio.
We've had the Postmaster General to open the station, the Lord Mayor of Leicester's.
After hours of shooting and facing a line of troops, the crowd is still here.
And the unfolding of world history.
I'm going to give you a damn good thrashing.
The corporation has created countless smaller cultural institutions, from shows across genres such as comedy, and programmes in drama,
There is more
to national treasures.
meaning and mutual understanding in exchanging a glance.
Along the way, the BBC has made a habit of annoying prime ministers.
Thank you for what the BBC, if they're true to their usual form, will tonight describe as a hostile reception.
And been responsible for some appalling scandals. Throughout its century, technological innovation has powered the BBC. From the birth of collective eavesdropping, known as radio, to Alexandra Palace here in North London, where the first public television transmissions were made, new technologies allowed the BBC to reach ever bigger audiences and secure its emotional contract with the people. But today's new technologies, the internet, smartphones, social media, have weakened the BBC's grip on our culture and, together with political pressure, threaten its future. In an age of superabundant choice, there is a generational divide in consumption of BBC shows. Older people remain deeply attached and, mostly, willing to pay. Young people, less so.
Now we bid you good night, and the next tonight will be tomorrow night. Good night.
Britain has changed almost beyond recognition over a century, and so has the BBC.
This is the BBC television service.
To remain relevant, vital and loved, it needs to use the latest technology to secure a new contract with the people and persuade them that it is worth paying for.
The nations and the regions for the news where you are. Goodbye.
Amal Rajan, BBC News.
That was just to confuse you. I'm still here. So is Chris Fawkes, and he's got the weather for you.
Hi Sophie. Well, you know, weather forecasts on TV aren't quite that old. The first one went out in 1954. Today, though, I thought we'd take a look at contrasting weather we've had across the UK. What looks like quite a grey and cool kind of landscape in the southwest of England. It's actually one of the warmest places, 19 degrees this afternoon. Most of us saw some sunshine, but across Scotland, the sunshine wasn't necessarily accompanied by high temperatures. Indeed, if we look at the air mass here, you can see some cooler air associated with that area of high pressure, which is due to slip its way eastwards over the next few days, trapping low pressure right over the top of the British Isles. And that means we are going to see more unsettled weather conditions coming our way. First signs of change starting to make inroads in from the southwest overnight tonight, with some rain arriving. The north and east stays dry. But look at these temperatures by the end of the night, 16 degrees in Plymouth. It is going to be a very mild night indeed. Tomorrow, expect more cloud around. There'll still be a few bright or sunny spells, but we've got these bursts of rain erratically arriving from the south and west. A much windier kind of day, but despite more cloud, more wind, still very mild England and Wales, 18 or 19 degrees for the highest temperatures, whereas in Scotland, those temperatures 10 to 12, just a little bit below average for the time of year. This area of low pressure then going nowhere fast. It's trapped by high pressure in Europe. And so Thursday is an unsettled day. We've got outbreaks of rain moving the way northwards and eastwards across the country. Sunshine follows, but there could be a few showers later in the day. Still very mild for most of us. Temperatures coming up in Northern Ireland, 16 degrees as we head through Thursday. And if you're looking for signs of change in the weather forecast for Friday, through the weekend and into next week, that same area of low pressure is still with us, and that means it stays unsettled with further rain and showers on the way. Sophie.
Chris, thank you. And that is it from the BBC News at 6. The news continues here on BBC One as it's time to join our teams across the nations and regions for the news where you are. Goodbye.